Hello everybody and welcome back to Keep It Real, episode number 46 now this is. 46. And a bit of an unusual start, we're already on the road. I'm not gonna lie, this particular character has not actually slept since the last episode. So I went crazy, chopped down loads of trees, had to do this numerous times. There's no there's no off-screen easy dev mod that allows you to do this any quicker, that's for sure. Teleporting across the map doesn't take the logs with you, so I've had to literally manually do all of this, and the character just hasn't slept. So we're now February 2nd, so in the middle of February. And yeah, by the time I did what I had to do at times 10, the whole night is gone. Half of it was done in the dark. But as we approach the wood mill, you will probably see it was worth it. Well, at least I hope it was worth it anyway. It looks like a decent pile if we actually get there. Bit drift style, Tokyo drift. We will get there. Here we go. Yeah, I mean that's... What was it? Let me try and think. It's been a good hour or two just doing that, you know. I don't know how many trees. Maybe 10, double digits for definite. There's 3 on this trailer. There's probably another 6 there already. I reckon so. So, the question is, how much are we going to make right at the beginning? We're already pretty damn good. We're already at 8,307. Yeah, this is going to be tasty. Now, I'll just have a quick look at the costing. Not that it makes any difference, it's too late now anyway. Oh, I mean it's worked out quite well, isn't it? The sawmill is the better product, the better price. 1,856 per 1,000 litres. So hopefully this will be a good one. The trigger is here somewhere. What are we going to get? Oh no. That was an anticlimax. I'm stood in the wrong place. Try again. Oh, come on. I know it's here somewhere. There you go. Boom. Oh, I didn't take the whole trailer. Wow. 15,803. And it isn't even taken maybe a quarter of the trailer. Let's try this again. Yeah, that must have been quite a lot of wood there on the floor, you know, because I wasn't even parked in the trigger. And I didn't really have much room, so... Right, let's try again. Come on. Oh, this has no steering. This man does not bode very well with this trailer at all. It really struggles. It really struggles. Right, let's try again. I'll tell you what's really cool. Look, the trailer actually has a snow texture on it. Or an iced up texture. I've never noticed that before. That's cool. I like that. I don't know if it's one of the extra kind of real mud mods or something like that I've installed, but it does look cool. Right, okay. This is the bit to round us up. Come on. It's not working again. I just stood here. Am I losing the plot? There it is. Wow, another 7,147. We have got 31,258. That is... I think that actually might be the most amount of money that we've had earned from something in one episode. I don't know, I'm not sure. Now, naturally, sensibly, you would now pay off the loan, right? Yeah? I'm not going to do that. Which is just typical of me, I guess. No, just undo them. Because that bothers me, you know. That frustrates me just having straps there like that. Especially when you get in and start driving and it makes that annoying clicky noise. Okay, so let's take a little gander at the shop. The used shop, of course. I really want to get something better from a water container point of view because I'm really fed up now of having to top up everything we need to top up with 3,000 litres at a time. It's just boring. It's just so boring. That's a good deal. I'm not going to buy it for 2 reasons. One, that's all of our money and it isn't that urgent. And secondly, it's a dolly. Yeah. I don't do dollies. That's not how it works. That's quite a good tractor, isn't it? I think that's the one that we had in Saskatchewan. Okay, right. I actually installed, of course, from ModHub, a water container, preempting this episode. So I don't know how I've never seen this before. I don't think it's a new mod though. It wasn't in the new section, but yeah, basic old rubbishy looking thing. 2,500 for a 10,000 litre capacity. That's borderline too cheap, maybe. But I do think if you were going to buy something second hand, you know, you probably could pick something up like that for £2,500, and it just looks like a big plastic water container on a trolley, doesn't it? So lubricating grease will keep on. The main colour, I don't think that really matters, does it? Let's try and go for something that looks a bit older. Yeah, is there something that's older? Or maybe just blue, sort of a watery. Yeah, let's go with that. £1,000. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's not go with that. We might as well save some money. I am going to put the spare wheel on. Just to add 300, it makes the price more like £3,000 now. I guess that makes it a tiny bit more realistic, doesn't it? So we're going to get that for definite. So buy that. When we go to the shop, of course. I almost forgot my own rule then. Yeah, we got to drive to the shop. That's it. That is the rule. We got to go there either way to get it anyway. But what we could probably do with doing actually is heading back to. I don't think I'm going to do any more trees for a minute. No, I don't think I'll do any more trees. So heading back to the yard, drop this trailer back, and pick up the current water container. Empty out any water that's in it. I don't think there is, but if there is, we'll empty it out, and then just trade that in and go for the other one. Yeah. Or do we keep two? Now, we've had some conversations in the comments with quite a few people, but not everyone would have seen it, I'm sure. So here's my plan. Here's what I'm thinking. Well, I mentioned it in the last episode, but I'm going to do it. I've activated the olive tree mod, and I've activated the small grape orchard mod, the one that doesn't require a £200,000 harvester, which would certainly not be part of the Keep It Real series, that's for definite. But yeah, I have activated them, and we will definitely be using them on the new piece of land, the land that we've just cleared. Come on. What's this guy waiting for? Really? What do you think? You're driving a bus? So yeah, so we are going to need to, I'm assuming anyway, I've not used the Grape Orchard mod myself, but back along now. I've not seen one for a little while, but back when UFG was kind of in full swing of YouTube, he did use the Grape Orchard mod. That's the first time I'd ever seen it, and I'm pretty certain he had to fill it manually with water, and I imagine that would be the same for the olive tree. So is it worth having a container here and a container there? But then being able to do 10,000 litres at the time would drastically narrow down how often we have to do it. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I see how much that current container is worth, I guess, because if that almost pays for it, then we'll just sell that back to the shop and buy the new one, and then we'll still hopefully have a decent amount of money. 30 grand's a lot of money. 30 grand is the kind of money that would get you a new field, but actually I don't think I want one. Not right at this moment in time. Keeping it realistic. We need to keep the workload realistic, don't we? We need to keep. Yeah, we can't overdo it. We're going to run out of time. Everything, of course, does run at a ×10 speed. So we're already now, look, 9:45, and all I've managed to do is drive back to the yard and talk. So yeah, I think an extra field at this point is probably a little bit too much. Oh dear, I didn't do that very well, did I? Want to do it? There we go. Now, one of the reasons I'm thinking in that ploughed field, which potentially we might be able to finish today, but in that ploughed field, the reason I'm thinking of going for harvestable crops is I need straw. Well, I don't need the straw. I've got a bed in that house. It's made of like a Lego brick, but yeah, no, the cows need straw. Let's turn that off because it's quite noisy. Yeah, the cows need straw. They've still got straw, but the animation doesn't generate the straw in terms of on the ground, and that annoys me a bit. It bothers me. So I do need to put some straw in there. In fact, do you know what? I take it back. They haven't got straw anymore. They've got no straw. So, okay, while we're here, I normally like to go to the area to check it, but we're pretty much at the ducks. So, all good. This is actually over its limit now. So I think you can overcrowd certain mods because of the enhanced animal mod. So I probably do need to sell a few of them and then turn that allow overcrowding button off because it's not ideal really. They're probably eating more food and not producing any extra eggs. Yeah, but it's good. They're interestingly, it's showing 0 pieces eggs again. So it's just, I don't know if it's that mod. But yeah, going back to these ones. They're okay for food, but not amazing. 2,500, but they really need some straw. They really need some straw. And we need the manure to continue because we are using that for other things now. And do you know what I don't know? Does the grape orchard use manure? Does the olive tree use manure? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So maybe that's a trip to the shop. Don't see any pallets of tomatoes here. Where are we doing? 478 litres, pretty much on a pallet. I'm quite excited to do that. So as it stands, it's looking like this might be a bit of an interesting episode compared to the last one. So we'll place down the olive tree and the grape orchard mod, potentially 2 of those. We'll see how much they cost. Then we can finish ploughing the field, which means we can start a whole new project with the seeding, fertilising. Maybe we can finally get some slurry out on the ground because there's a lot of it. And then we could potentially end the episode with, yeah, putting the mineral water and the tomatoes into the interactive production. We'll see how quick that produces money and profits. But don't forget, only half of it is actually ours. Now, I was thinking about doing it anyway, but I wasn't sure how to do it. But NC mentioned it, so thank you very much for that. Good common sense for me, if I'd actually thought about it, but I didn't. The lettuce and strawberries, it's a small amount, but it is a bit frustrating that it's there. So actually, NC makes sense. Whack it onto saline just to get rid of it. That will clear them both down to 0. And I think it will probably help with the animations and things as well. So good, cool. Should maybe see that money trickle up by £100 maybe if we're super lucky. Then how's this doing for manure? Let's go back in. It's hardly used any manure at all. Could do with more water. See, everything needs water. The apple trees need water. The olive tree is gonna need water. The grapes will need water. I'm still tempted to put 1, maybe 2 more apple trees a bit further up and make it kind of a bigger orchard thing going on there. So I am tempted to do that. I don't know if I would actually prefer to have them all producing at the same kind of time. Or not, they're never going to produce at the same kind of time, but maybe I place 2 more apple trees when these 2 get to a pallet, which is not that far away. So at least then I can know I'll have kind of 4 pallets arriving at the same time. Maybe. Okay, right, anyway, let's find where the water container is, and I don't remember where I left it. Oh, no, I do remember. I left it over there, didn't I? Right, let's jump into the man. Connect up the water container. Take that with us to the shop. See how much we can get for it at the shop with a little bit of extra cash. And oh, I've just noticed the kind of the snow. It wasn't overly snowy. not compared to what Alma was. But whatever was on the ground a minute ago, the white stuff has gone. Which is good. Because it does drive me mad. Now, this is empty. What are the cows on actually? Let's have a look while we're here. 445 litres. Is it the right time? Let's have a look. Because I might as well, while I'm here, just take that with me, hadn't I? 2001. What month are we in? February. Okay. Right, I'm just going to leave it. Milk's a hard one on this type of series, and this is where the game limitation comes in. Realistically, you'd probably sell milk every day, wouldn't you? Fresh milk every day. But I don't know. There's game limitations. I think if I was to just sell, 100 liters at the beginning of every episode, it just wouldn't be great to watch, would it? No, and this kind of game doesn't have an expiry date on these cows. They produce high temperature milk straight from the udder. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so not only are we delivering this container to sell it, see what we can get for it, we can also pick up the Agri. The nice, well fixed, slightly dirty, but well fixed Agri. Where's Bendercat when I need him? I'll have to send him the link to all of these mods on this series, which I've kind of edited quite a lot, and get him to come and give me a hand and secretly use and abuse him for his amazing cleaning abilities. Right, what are we going to do here now? Come on. Come on. No. It's 4. It's 4. Pretty shocking effort. I didn't even 180 flip that one today. Okay, poor. Why have I got 3 normal wheels which have kind of melted in the sunshine, and then 1 white one? Why is that? And also this is still frozen. I don't know. Anyway, I better parked on the trigger again, didn't I? There we go. Right, let's have a look. So this is what, yes, pathetic. £965. Again, we wouldn't repair, we wouldn't replace, repaint it. Not just to sell it instantly. Something like repainting would come with that kind of penalty of a day of not using it or something like that, just to try and add an element of realism. Which, by the way, I hope is something that is an option in the next installment of FS. That would be cool. I think in FS19 there was kind of a like, I think it was a barrel. I think actually I can't remember what the mod was called, but it gave you an actual time frame of how long it would take to repair certain things, which was cool. So I'm kind of imitating that just by my own rules, I guess, in my own way. But that was a cool little mod. But I would like it if you had a big service or you needed a spray job, it would tell you to get this certain job done, it's going to take this much. And maybe even the ability to adjust how much of a repair you want to be done, rather than it just charging you the full whack. Bit like on the Alma series, it's like nearly 12 grand just to repair a tractor. I wish it gave me the option to kind of half service it. That would be good. Anyway, stop talking. We're going to sell that. It's £1,000 nearly, isn't it? You can't go wrong. Nearly £1,000. Now, let's wander off into the shop and definitely get that water container. I'm really happy to buy this, by the way. I'm glad I found it as well, because it is pretty tedious. 3,000 litres at a time when you've got so many things now that need water. It's kind of ridiculous. And I'll tell you what, 3,000 litres at the time driving backwards and forwards to the new plot of land with a grape orchard would be definitely pretty tedious. Right, okay. Right, we'll go back to here again. I almost bought it already, but so we'll go spare wheel. Yep. And I am going to change the colour because that's going to put the price up as well, which, potentially is something that's a bit more realistic. Let's just go for something. I wish it gave you the option of like a chrome or something. That would have been nicer. We'll go with that. That would do. Right, so £3,800. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. 10,000 litres at a time now we can do. That's kind of all 4 apple trees in one go, rather than 4 trips. Makes such a difference. Okay, good. Right, so we're gonna fill it up. Now I feel actually the man's gonna struggle with 10,000 litres, isn't it? It's gonna struggle. So for a minute, we're going to leave this man here. Potentially, I mean, just to get free parking, we'll tell the shop that we might get it serviced. Right, anyway, it's not roleplay. Stop being so silly. Right, let's use this. So it's got a decent amount of fuel. It's now fully serviced. And I'll tell you what, you can tell the power just picks up straight away. Yeah, this feels good. This feels good now. It's nice to not see black smoke coming out the top. Right, let's connect this up. Now that I see it, especially compared to the Agri, it does feel like a small container to hold 10,000 litres, doesn't it? Yeah, that's not that much bigger than the last one, I don't think. Unless the Agri makes it seem small. Right, so let's stop here, and we'll check out the map and have a look. So we're going back to here. This is our field. There is absolutely nowhere that has water other than where we are now. I might just pop down via the ford and fill this up and just drive straight down there in the Agri. And when we get there, we'll then do the little bit of landscaping to place the couple placeables, and we can fill them up pretty much straight away. Well, I say fill them up. We can top them up a little bit. I doubt very much this is going to fill them up, but I think maybe in the long run, it's potentially worth investing in some sort of big water container, something that would kind of capture the rain, I guess, just to imitate where the water has come from. Something like the base game container might be good. Right, let's head on down. This may take a while. In fact, I've got to go. I've only just said it and I've already nearly forgot that I need to get water. So we will go there first. So anyway, I don't know, I'm probably quite a few minutes in now and I don't even think I've asked if everyone's alright, but I do hope everyone is well. Potentially, I feel, I'm recording this on Tuesday, I feel like this will be out Thursday, maybe? And hopefully, if it's released as a premiere, I'll more than likely be watching it as well. And hopefully doing some live chat. But when I do a premiere and I actually go into the chat to watch it, I turn the volume down. You know, I don't like constantly hearing my own voice. It's bad enough that I have to hear it so much when I do the editing. But so yeah, if I'm talking in the live chat right at this very moment, for example, I don't actually know what I'm saying in the episode because I'm not listening to it, but I can kind of remember, and then judging by the odd comment that comes into that live chat, I know roughly what kind of conversation I'm having. But yeah, this is pre-recorded. A premiere is a live chat, but it's not a live recording. Yeah, just in case. It is a bit confusing the way YouTube do it. Part of me was going to drive across this river, but it feels deep. As soon as you do, is this gonna do alright? Is this gonna start lifting the tractor? So far so good. I'm pretty sure I could invest a little bit of money to get front linkages for this tractor, couldn't I? A 3-point attacher on the front? That might be worth considering. Although, to be fair, it's doing an okay job. The man would definitely have struggled. Yeah, it's okay. May take a minute or two to get up to its full speed, but it's alright. It's not too bad. Oh dear. The trailer's not very stable though. Right, go on, let's get to the new plot of land. If we even make it. Look at the state of it. I'm going in a straight line. Okay, here we are, and you can see the damage. The damage I've caused to the forest. It's good clearing. Still quite a lot of trees left, you know. Now, naturally, I don't know why. I haven't done it for any particular reason, but I've left trees around the outside again. And I think I will get rid of them eventually. But for here and now, I wanted to clear this middle space as much as possible. Yeah, to get some orchards in. Now, actually, let's move this out of the way because I don't want to... Oh, I left some logs behind as well. I've left loads of logs behind. That's because it started getting snowy, I couldn't see them. Well, that's pretty poor, isn't it? We are going to have to come back down here with that trailer at some point. Right, let's park the tractor up out the way. Let's also see if I can move these. Where are they? They've gone missing now. Hopefully, some of these, this one for definite, hopefully some of these will let me move them without having to chop them down anymore. Okay. Where's the rest of them? They were right here, I just seen them. There's one. Good, I can get rid of that. Oh, there's the other one. What? Okay, right, these are only little bits. To be honest, sometimes these bits aren't even worth anything at all. Very, very minimal. So I ain't rushing to get rid of them. Now the other one was here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Okay, right, let's jump into landscaping mode. And now while we have got the money, not only are we going to place the grape orchards and potentially the olive tree, I'll also do some sort of small scale landscaping to make it look realistic rather than unrealistic, which I kind of feel the current barnyard is, the main yard, sorry, which by the way I could also fix quick as well, couldn't I? Right, let's have a look at this. Let's see just how much these are. So it's going to be a production. I think it's a greenhouse. They're only 1,000. They're only 1,000. They do need manure. They do need fertilizer or manure. They need water. It says they need seed as well. Now I don't know if this is one that gives you the option of if you do it, it gives you more, or you have to do it. I'm not sure. So we might have to head back to the yard. This is why we need straw. So that's quite important. We do get straw. We'll have to buy it for today. And start trying to produce our own, I guess. And then the olive tree actually is the same. Look, so this is good though. This is what I would prefer. A bit more realistic. I don't know what these produce. I don't know what. I'll tell you what I do need to do though is put on the interactive zone markers. There we go. Right, let's try again. I've got my mouse loaded up to do this. If I have any tricks in relation to the way that I'm relatively good at landscaping, it is definitely because I use a mouse. Right, how do I do this? Where does it produce the pallets? That side. Right, that's interesting to know. That's also annoying, isn't it? I wish it was on the end so that I could like put a few up together. That would be better. Okay, we'll just do it like that, but I would like to really have done them like that and made them look like proper long rows, but I just can't, not because of the way that the triggers are, which is a bit annoying. So I'll have to leave a big enough gap that I can just pull into. I don't mind just reversing into it. How big is that trailer? Okay, yeah, doesn't look as realistic as I wanted it to, but it works, it's fine. There we go. I think 2 of them though. I think that just seems an obvious thing to do. And then an olive tree. Same again. Where does it unload? You can't really see there on the grass. There you go. So it unloads on that side. So I actually think like that. And no, let's put it just next to that. I want that to be kind of like the centerpiece. This is a big plot of land. Right, I'm just going to do it there. We're just going to go with one of those for a minute and I'll see what they produce like. So I make this up as I'm going, by the way. So what I'm thinking is let's do a little bit now because we've not spent a great deal, have we? We're doing pretty good. We've got a new water trailer and we've got 3 small productions. Don't know exactly what they require yet, but actually, you know, I feel that we're doing alright here. Now, let's go for something. They're all the same price, so it's irrelevant, isn't it? Let's go for this one. I quite like this one. This one here. Right, so What I'm thinking is, we'll have kind of like a driveway in here. And then it will go around here. Yeah, so that kind of works. Don't want to do it too neatly. I want it to be messy on purpose. Good, right, and then we'll put a little bit of the stonier version of that. The stonier, grassier version of that, just like that. Good, same there, just to make it look as rustic and realistic as possible. And we'll do the same there, and also into there, because that will remind me, once I turn the interactive zone markers off, that is the point at which I need to unload all of the bits. Same with there actually, so let's do it there and there. That will just kind of remind me that's where I need to go. Good, I like that. That looks okay. And actually, do you know what? A couple of people said it right back when I was doing the potato harvesting. But I mean, I openly admitted I made that as difficult as possible for myself. It was silly, really. It was ridiculous. But I would like to have done it again. Do you know what? Spur of the moment, the equipment was actually quite cheap to lease. I'm going to do more potatoes, I reckon, here. I reckon so. And this seems, I could do like a nice square, maybe off square, but I could do like a nice shaped flat, being the most important thing, plot here. That would actually look quite cool. And still got so much money making opportunity behind. I think that's what I'm going to do. In actual fact, I think I might have gone a bit off there slightly, but I think I'm going to go right the way along here. Yeah, let's try and make it look rough and ready. And then, of course, I parked the tractor in the way, which is good, isn't it? Let's try and do that like that. That's good. And we do the same here. Good. Right, I like that. There's a little like loop the loop, I guess, all the way around. What? Why is that stopped there? The rest of them have been alright. And then I'm going to make this a nice little potato plot. We know there's some decent money with potatoes. And it's just nice to do that harvesting. That harvester, I really enjoyed using that harvester. It'd be nice to actually use it, being able to actually use it, if that makes sense. Because it was awful. Trying to harvest on that hillside was pretty bad. Okay, cool. I like that. I like that indeed. So much more opportunity here. I can put so much more here. Yeah, definitely. This could even be a spot where it needs its own front-loader tractor or its own forklift or telehandler. Maybe this could be the permanent residence of the man and a small trailer, and then we actually need to get another tractor. Maybe we're at a point now where we're not actually too far away from a third tractor. I don't know, you know. I think maybe if we see a good bargain come up, that might be something worth doing. Yeah. Right. So now that I've done that, for a minute, that will do for the landscaping. Jump back to my controller. Yeah, so I haven't quite landscaped very well under the tractor, but you just can't, can you? I shouldn't have parted it there. It's typical. Wherever I left it, I would have been better off leaving it smack bang in the middle. Anyway. So we knew we probably need to chop that tree down next. But this looks quite cool. I'll do something at some point around the tree stumps, but for a minute we'll just have to work around them. We'll have to live with them. But I want to see, firstly, visually, did I leave enough room? That is definitely enough room for a trailer, 100%. And so is that. Easy access to unload them. Cool. Right, so, productions. Yeah, so you can actually produce grapes just on water, which is good, and that's okay. Realistically, you wouldn't, of course. But if I was to go... So it doubles the amount of cycles per month if you do the manure, which is fine. Because I can get manure. And I can buy seeds. In fact, we've got seeds as well, haven't we? So 2 of them. 48 cycles per month. So 48 times 64 grapes per month. That isn't bad, is it? Actually. That ain't bad. I don't know if I'm assuming the greats will spawn at 1,000, not 500s. Okay, that's good. Where's the olive tree now? Same again, pretty much. So 64 for 64, or you can do it that way and still get 64. So you don't actually get. Oh, you do, of course. Yeah, it's the cycles per month. So yeah, it makes sense. So we actually need to get a load of seed, all of the manure, and we need to get down here and start filling up, don't we? Yes, absolutely. Right, let's turn off the interactive zone markers and test myself. Do I remember where I had to unload? Right, 10,000 litres of water is what we have. So we need to put 3,000-ish in each. Oh, I just said about working around the stumps as I bounced over one. That was good memory there. Goldfish memory. Right, anyway, this was here somewhere. Good. Oh, brakes. They didn't service the brakes on the Agri. Right, we get that to 7,000-ish. Probably a tiny little bit over. Under, I mean, sorry, under. Okay, right, so we can get this to about 3,500 actually. We'll definitely be doing more water runs. This is just the starter. Okay. Let's get 3,500-ish, try and stop it. Oh, yeah, that'll do. And then the rest of it here. I just pulled out on the road then. I didn't mean to, the brakes don't work. Sorry, Mr. Blue Car. Right, so I'm not going to be able to manoeuvre like this if I plant some potatoes here though, am I? I'm going to have to be a bit careful. Okay, lovely. The rest of it can go into here. So that's amazing. So again, let's jump into, because we are in the vicinity, let's jump back into here. And I'm just going to activate to start the ball rolling. But the seeds and manure option is what we have to do. That's the way it's got to go. But might as well make a most of this times 10 speed, didn't I? Now, good? Good? Yeah. I'm happy with that. And I do feel at some point, in fact, no, we'll take it with us. I was thinking about what to do then, to leave the water tanker here, but we'll take it with us. But I think one more load, 10,000 litres, will top it up for a bit. But actually, I should place a placeable, like a container, like a big water container that would actually catch water, not mains water, but just something that would catch water. The base game ones do look quite good. I think after one more load, I might just place one there, because we are so far away from water. It's either that, or the other option is, instead of getting a third tractor, we get something a bit more mobile from a transport point of view. Maybe like an old-fashioned vintage style truck, even like a rigid truck, not necessarily an articulated lorry, but just an old vintage truck, something with a flatbed, or even something with like a grain container on the back of it. There's loads of cool mods. There's loads and loads of really like vintage style ones. Most of them are like Lizard branded, but they replicate various old vehicles. I think that might be the way to go, you know. It's quite nice to have a series with a truck on it as well. Yeah. Okay, so I stopped off on the way back. Just, oh god, these brakes are awful. To get some more water, because we are now going back to the yard, and yeah, I'll top off the greenhouse, I'll top off the apple trees, and then we'll leave that container there. We'll take the Agri back to the shop as well now once we've done this with the log trailer, because that is still good for transporting. And I'll just get, I don't know, maybe just 2 bales of straw, because we're certainly not going to be producing our own straw for a little while. But those cows, they do need it. Yeah, might have to bite the bullet, you know, and buy a silage bale. I don't know. I've still got the hay as a reserve. Now while I'm here, are there any silage contracts? I was going to say, but there aren't even any contracts, which is typical. I hope that's not like a weird little glitchy thing that this map does sometimes, and it's just because it's February. I don't know. I thought maybe this time of the year it would start to give me a few more contracts. Really, I don't know. I'll have to keep checking. We need to keep our eyes open for a silage contract, because that would really kind of save, not save the farm, not save the series, but save the cows from dying, which is kind of important. This Agri is really struggling still, fully serviced, but with this much weight, it is really struggling, and the brakes are absolutely awful. So awful, I'm quite nervous about this. The brakes are on as hard as they can be. And look, it carries on going. Oh no. It's this centre of gravity mod that really... Look, they are literally on. I can't press the brakes any harder. And it's just free rolling. There we go. Yeah, the centre of gravity mod does really worry me with that, because that doesn't look tight, but that's a tight corner with this much weight. That tractor would have absolutely... The whole lot would have rolled. This trailer is all over the place. Look at it. I like it though. I'm sure one of these mods, one of these many mods, realistic mods, is what's causing that massive unbalance. But yeah, I don't know. Either engine upgrade, if that was available for the Agri. I feel maybe there was one engine upgrade, or I mean possibly we may be at a point where we do need a third tractor. I know it seems insane, but I think we could be. I think we could be. Right, let's jump out. Hopefully, the tractor's rolling down the hill. See which ones needed the most water. So they're two. They're all quite similar, aren't they? They need a little bit more. So they need 700 litres extra to catch up. Right, so let's try and put 2,700 into here. So I want to get it to about 7.3-ish. So yeah, that would do. And oh dear. Oh no, come on, stop. Stop, stop, stop. Oh no, the brakes are awful. Right, try again. So same again. 2,700. So let's make that about 5.5. Good. And then about 2,000 each for the back ones. And then we'll chuck whatever's left into the greenhouse. Right, let me just have a quick look a minute. I would just quite like to get them all quite similar. Do you know what I mean? 4, that's got to be done. So that needs 500 more. Right, this one needs a little bit more. Okay. 4. Oh, I'm filling out the wrong one. Typical. Right, and that needs 2,000. Okay, I wasn't really paying attention to what I had. Let's try again. 4, 4, 4. One of them needs 500 more. Was it this one? Yeah. Right, 500 more in that one. They were pretty even. I don't know. Maybe it's like a small amount of OCD or something on my part, but I just feel like I need them all to be the same. What was I on? That? I wasn't even paying attention again then. Right, they're all just over 4. One of them's a bit better than the rest, but that's cool. Right, good. I don't think for a minute I'm going to put down 2 more apple trees, by the way, because we've just put down 2 grape productions and an olive tree, and we've got the greenhouse, and we've got 4 apple trees. We've got a lot of things that require a little bit of manual work here now. So I'm just not gonna cause myself any more strain. I do need to get into this field, some real farm work, some real arable work. which ironically I said I wanted to do this episode, but isn't it amazing how much time it takes to do things? I mean, I reckon, let's give me a moment of silence. We are on 45 minutes, I reckon, going by my recording software. We ain't far off an episode, are we? So I think now all we've got to get done is drop the log trailer to the shop, switch over to the man, chuck a couple of bales of straw on board, and then head back, straw the cows up, and then episode over, I guess. Straight into doing the ploughing in the next episode. So it's worked out okay. I just disconnected them, didn't I? That was weird. I connected them before, and it just unloaded water, and then it said the hoses weren't connected. Weird. Okay. Let's just cruise on back to the shop with the trailer. Okay, here we are. So I know it's got to be here somewhere. So we'll just get it into position roughly. But we will have to swap the Agri out, because of course when we get the other end we'll need to lift those bales out. So disconnect, park the Agri back up. I'm sure the shop won't mind me parking here. Let's get a couple of things of straw. We'll check the used shop as well, because when you play it times 10, you know, we're now at 5 o'clock game time, pretty much. Things add into the shop quite quickly. This of course is that mod that Bendercat adapted for me, and there's always something added. What was that? Great demand. I heard a little funny noise then. I didn't know what it was. Right, let's go back. So yeah, I don't know. There isn't anything of interest to us now. Yeah, something like that. You know, we've got 25 grand. We could afford another tractor, but it needs to be something newer, but probably a little bit better than the Agri as well. So the Agri can become our sort of first of the main tractors. We get a second tractor which is slightly better again, and then the man, I reckon we can not retire it, but just give it an easier life, and it can run the grape orchard and the kind of olive tree and live down there. I think that kind of works. And also it's down there ready to do trees if we get desperate for money. So that makes sense, doesn't it? Now, what was I going to do? Bales. Bales of straw. How much is in that? It doesn't actually tell you, does it? 9,000 litres. That's 5,000 litres. I'm just thinking, we've only got the log fork. What's the log fork going to be better picking up? We know that it does do those round ones. Okay, I think 2 of those. Yeah, we need this to last. So let's just do it. Let's just do it. 2 of those. And very quickly, while I'm here, let's just see how much the plough is going to be. Now, this is what I was going to use. 1.7 meters wide. And it's a relatively good price to lease. But this seems to be the bouncy plough mod. All of this comes from the same set. The PLN ploughs, they all seem to be quite bouncy. So for 0.2 of a meter, I thought I would try this one. It's slightly smaller, but just seems the right thing to do. But there's no point leasing it now, is there? Might as well wait till the next episode. Right, let's head on back, get the cows fed, and then we'll actually sleep tonight. Don't forget, this character didn't sleep in the last episode in between. Literally did log in all night. Right, let's pick these up. I think maybe I would have preferred them if they were on their side. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know. Not very well, I reckon. It's just going to go through them, isn't it? Oh dear. Yeah, I need to knock them over. What a pain. That works though. It works. I don't want to say it works too well because it's going to fall off again, but it does work. Oh. Right, I'm going to clip this bit. This is annoying me now. Right, come on, just stay on there. Just let me get it to the trailer. Yes. That was harder than it should be. Maybe I just need to stop being stingy and get a bale spike. Yeah. Considering we're running kind of a small cow farm and we don't own a bale spike, yeah, maybe I should just invest a few £100. Especially as we've still got £23,785 sat in the bank. Still likes doing wheelies, doesn't it? And that I don't know what's going on. I might need to get new tyres fitted to this, you know. All the rest of it's normal, except the front loader and that tyre. Okay, well, I'm going to head back to the yard, I reckon. I'll just drop those straw bales in, but I'll do it off camera. I don't want to take too long. So this has been... What has it been? Okay, so this has been episode number 46. I literally had to stop then and check because I forgot. You can probably tell at some point during this episode it's kind of come forward to here and now, so my voice is feeling much better and hopefully I'm sounding much better. But because it's been a few days since I started the episode, I can't remember what episode we were on. 46. And you know what? This has been one of the best episodes, I reckon, because we've made a lot of money. We've set ourselves up now. We've future-proofed ourselves so much in this episode. We've picked up a fully serviced Agri. Next episode, we'll lease out the plough and we'll get our first arable crop field on the way. This is great. This is actually starting to go good now. Episode 46, we're only just starting to get to a point where maybe you could be if you started from scratch normally. Funny. This is like the pre-series, isn't it? Maybe that's what I should have called it. The pre-game series. Anyway, it's been a great episode. I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. And until the next episode, which I'm going to record straight away, by the way. Cheers and gone.